and the World Wide Web at WYSHradio.com. Also, check us out on Facebook. Until next week, let's talk sports.
We ended our Tuesday with a few showers and thunderstorms, but as we head through the rest of the week, it looks like it's going to be nice, quiet, dry, and comfortable. Yes, a ridge of
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.
Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. I've got my partner, Mike. He's been under the weather the last little bit, and I wished he was here with me, but he's had several trips to stay over at the hospital and had some things he had to get cleared up, and day before yesterday he come home and that afternoon, and just glad to see him back at home. He's got some medication he has to take, and so we just hope that runs its course here in the next little bit, so we can get back on the water. Want to thank our sponsor, and they're just a good group of men and women that work through our local International Union of Operating Engineers. We just couldn't do it without. I mean, they're doing the whole thing. You know, we come in here and get to fish and this, that, and the other, and then get to come over here and show everybody, let everybody see what we're doing. And we've had one tournament already, and they're setting us up for the second one from what I've been hearing. Can't wait till that takes place. And, you know, we're just tickled to death to be able to do what we do right here this hour. Just, you know, it's been really well. I'm glad that we've got it to do and can do it, and just appreciate all of our brothers and sisters there at the Union Hall. We appreciate them really a whole lot. This channel 1086, hopefully there's some of you watching or whatever. You can call us in. Shucks, what did I do with that phone number, Chandler? But anyway, you can call it, and I'll be looking back as we're getting started here. I think we've got some pretty good fishing film this go round, and we can't wait till we get into that. We'll just stay right after it, and Chandler's got our cameras and this, that, and the other, and hopefully we can stretch it out here and make a good film out of it, and all that kind of stuff. So tune in, give us a chance to get these fish, get our fishing set up, and Chandler's going to tell me when he's ready, and I'll turn him loose. All right, here we go.
Okay, folks. I think I got this camera working. I got a small one here, 12, 13 incher, I guess. I've had two to get away on that brush hog, and I've been trying everything else, and went back to that brush hog, flipping it, and caught this one here, so Stay with it for a while. See if I can find some more of them. Trying to film a few that I had the other day, but the camera wasn't working. I had to change carbs out in it. So stick with us and we'll get back in here on some of this structure and see what we can find. Water temperature is 73 degrees in here, so them fish ought to be bedding somewhere. There's a little crappie. We down here in the evening floating around and trying to stay out of the wind, and finally found a little crappie down there, about 2 foot deep. We'll put him back in the water and see if we can find a few more. All right, Gary, he finally got us a keeper there. Well, that's a pretty one too, I'm telling you what.
It is. Look at the color of it.
Yeah. Pretty fish, pretty fish. All right, folks. Gary's got a real nice black crappie there. Real pretty crappie. Oh, straighten your legs out there, boy. All right, that's better nice. Put him in the box. They wouldn't find some more of them dudes. Jonah hadn't got 9 crappie there. But you done real good. We're going to get on to the house and put the knife to them. We might even eat some for supper tonight. Anyway, remember the sponsor? Yeah, let's go fishing. All right. We got one there. Fishing for crappie, catch bass. Fishing for bass, catch crappie. Anyway, I'm gonna get him off here. He's a good little largemouth. He's 14 inches or better. So anyway, I get him off here and get him back in the water. See if we can get the crappie that we're after. Camera. All right, I got an injured bass here that jumped on my bait. Good little bass. He got a little bit of red on his tail a little bit, and then Gary caught that big crappie right there. Boy, that's a good eater there now. Okay. Yeah, that'll make a good eater there. Get him in the box and see if we can find some more of them. All right, Gary's got another nice crappie there. Got back in here out of that wind where we could fish a little bit. But, yeah, it's supposed to be light and bearable. It's light, but they don't know about the variable part. Yeah, that's a good crappie, good crappie. Get a dozen more to go with him. Okay, folks, I think I'm recording. I got one bass here finally in the boat. I've had 2 or 3 on. I keep getting off. Got that on the Carolina rig. I missed it twice on the dang crankbait. And had a hold of it and then turned around and caught that on the Carolina rig. There may be more of them in there. Anyway, I'll throw him back and see if I can get another. Yeah, Gary's got one there. I don't think he did a quick release there on him. He's done back in the water and gone. Got him on that little worm there. All right. There he is. He got a little wild there after I cut the hook out of him. Good keeper fish. I'm on that watermelon lizard. So anyway, I'll get a better picture of him anyway. We're gonna put him back in the water. He's on. Gary, turn around there, throw it in there. That little plug. Need these needle nose? Yes. All right. Hold on a minute. I'll get him for you. We don't want to get a hook in her finger like Steve. Get hold of that hook right there. It'll be all right. Yeah. Get this now first. Yeah. It's a little bass. foot of water.
Yeah. Looking at his tail, see if it was bloody or anything, man.
Yep. Looks like he's pretty healthy. No sign ain't spawning on him either.
No.
Good fish.
Bye, buddy.
Yep. We thank you. Well, I thought it was on recording and it went back to green fish. Okay, folks, I got a small one there too. He's about 12, 14 inches, I guess, something like that. Anyway, we'll throw him back and see if we can get another. See, you got one there, a little nicer fish than what mothers we caught. Missed a few. Got off on him. And,
All right.
he ain't 18 inches, but he's good fish.
Yeah, pretty, ain't he, Mike?
Pretty fish. You ain't getting these first.
Yeah, man, I love catching them things. Okay.
Well, Steve said he got a hold of something, didn't know what it was, but it's got his pole bent. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, he,
What is that?
I don't know if he's bigger than you. I don't know if he'll fit the net. Looks like a drum to me.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too.
Yeah. Real big old drum. That don't gonna break a bit. Yeah. He's a good one. He's a good one. Yeah, he go 20, 30 pounds. Yeah, that's a whopper.
You got my dang bait tangled up. Yeah.
Guess you decide you want claws on that, don't you?
I think I'm gonna get it, maybe.
Got him by the top lip there. That.
Yeah. Why won't that thing come out of there?
Yeah, buddy. Finally got him unhooked there.
Yeah. Big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, he's big all that. Ooh, he's going back to bite again. Yeah. That's a good large mass. Hopefully it gets the lens a little bit folded up. A little bit better clear picture. Yeah, he's good 16, 17 inch large mass.
Yeah, good in there, Mike.
Yeah, he go 3 pounds or better.
Yeah, good.
Put him back. Catch him again. Steve's got a nice one right there. Real nice smallie.
Yeah, you got the dang hook. Let's see.
It's run through and then the dip net's hooked on the outside of it.
Yeah, I seen that.
Get the dip net loose first. There it went. It all come out.
Sure enough.
Yeah, that's a real nice one there. He's close to 18 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every bit of it, Mike. I got the
Every bit.
measuring tape back there, but yeah.
Yes, sir. He's got a tail on him. Whew.
Yeah.
Good monster.
Good deal. All right, we bet. Yeah, that's a heavy fish. Okay. I'll take care of him every day. All day long.
He's situated here. He's bait back in the water. And you catch him another one. Okay.
Got him.
Got him. All right, we're recording now. Got Steve out here.
That's what I used to catch 15, 18, and 20. That's a good fish right there.
Yeah,
Sure
real
is.
good fish.
All right, back in the water.
Hefty rascal. Fat.
Go ahead, jump all over Jordan. Mike and
our uncle Gary, and they were there. I'm pretty sure in the Little Emery section of the lake, and so we're doing that. And then the next trip we made was up at Norris, and naturally we were night fishing, and for sure. Caught some decent, they done pretty good on the crappie. And heck, that section of the lake that they were sitting there fishing, they were on it for several hours. But they had a nice bag of fish, when it came down to it, and to put the boat on the trailer, they had them a pretty good, several nice crappie. And so they was proud to have that for sure. And I think Mike caught 2 or 3 largemouth, crappie fish in there with that floater and that little old grub. So they were pretty well pleased, and had good. We done good. They really done good. They surely did. So then anyway, we moved on up to Norris. I don't know, 2 or 3 nights later, and got there before it got dark, and just made a few passes here and there, got on a spot or two, and we caught some fish on the jigs, and done pretty good. We always like for them to be better, but we did catch a fish here and a fish there and a couple here and a couple there, kind of keeping us occupied, and that was the big thing. So I'm going to turn it back over to Chandler and see what we get into with on the Norris fishing.
All right, there we go.
And Mike. There it comes. Got him in. Oh,
There he is, yeah.
yeah.
Decent little old smallmouth.
Yeah. So where are you?
Yeah.
All right. Ready to get another?
Yeah.
All right. Back in the water.
There it went. There we got him. Take a picture of him.
Okay.
Nice morning.
Back in the water with him.
Water went. See how it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice smallie there.
Yeah.
Real nice one.
Sure is. Got the old body style shape. Yeah.
Yeah, fat and healthy.
Yeah. All right. Back in the water.
Back to the water, too. There we go. We got a picture of him now. Real good fish there.
Yeah, buddy.
Real.
Take a dozen of them.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's get him back in the water.
I'm back in the water. Right, we get that loosened, Matt.
Okay.
Alright. Got that rascal on film there. Good little old smallmouth.
Yeah.
About 14 inches or something there.
Yeah.
Alright, but we got a pretty color to him too.
Yeah. Sure has.
Alright. Alright. How we filming?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one, Mike.
Real good.
Sure is.
We're gonna get the whole length of him, yeah. Real good smallmouth there.
Yeah.
You go forward.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. All right.
Put him back in. We'll get another. Him on that green pumpkin.
You
Jig right
got
there.
that crawdad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Alright, I'm filming.
That damn it.
Coming
Come
right through his tongue there.
Yep.
Rub head.
Yeah.
Take the ring.
Got it.
Yeah, you got it finally.
Yeah.
That's a good fish. That's a good fish, Tim. Yeah. Real good smell.
All right.
Pretty rascal too.
Yeah. Yeah. Golly, bum, man. I mean, I want you to look here. What a fish. Golly, bum. You talking about a whopper. That is a whopper. Man alive. All right, big boy. Back in the water you go. Man, oh man. There you go. Goodness gracious alive. God, God. Come on, fish. There you go. All right. That's a good fish right there. Back in the water. All right. Hold down. Take it easy. Take it easy. Another good fish right there. Sure enough. Good. Back in the water. All right, folks, there's another good fish right there. For sure. Dang him right. Let's get him back to water. Oh, man. Come on now. There we go. There's another good fish, man. I'm telling you, we're doing good. All right. Good looking fish right there. Nothing wrong with that one. It's the first one this morning, so we'll get him back in the water. All right, there's a pretty looking fish right there now. Another one. That's a good deal. Back in the water with him. Yep. There we go. All right, and there's your good 3.5, 4 pounder right there, baby. Nice. I mean, a dandy. All right, back in the water we go. There you go. Goodness gracious. All right, folks, look at there, what a fish. That's a good looking fish right there. For sure. All right, back in the water with him. All right, there's another good fish, folks. Nothing wrong with that. Back in the water with him. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a nice fish right there, man. Nothing wrong with that fish. Good, good. Back in the water with him. Here we go. Boom, he's gone. Yeah, we got a good picture of him there now. Try to get the full length of it. That fish, he's slim, but he's long. All right, we get him back in the water. Okay, folks, there's another pretty good fish right there. He's no giant by no means, but he sure did hit hard. All right, we get him back in the water and get another.
All right. Those 2 or 3 trips, 4 trips, I don't know. The Millful down there at Little Emery, most of you guys and ladies know where that area is at. Anyway, up in that creek there's a lot of milfoil, and the first morning that I went down there, I put my boat in and tied it up there and parked the truck, and I don't know. It's probably 30 or 40 yards up to the where the milfoil was at, and I grabbed up the first reeling rod that I could get out of the box, and seen these minnows jump up right off the edge of the grass there, and I threw that dang chatterbait in there, and it hit the water, and I turned around to look, and I turned back around to see what was going on, and that big old bass had, it was a dandy, and that son of a gun, he come out of the water the first time and hit back in the second time, and running under my boat, and I had the reeling rod down, and heck, the water wasn't 4 foot deep right there, and he come up over on the other side of the boat, and anyway, I finally got the thing in the boat, and I could not believe the size of it, how thick that fish was. I'm talking about from the head to the tail, and I had an old pair of scales there that I hadn't had out of that had been under the lid of the boat there for, gosh almighty, I don't know how long. And so I picked them, got them up, and I put that fish on them, and it was 8 pounds and 3 ounces. Well, I thought, that fish is pretty good size, but, I don't think he weighed no 8 pound. But anyway, I throwed him back in the water and just, just tickled to death. I don't know how I kept him on the hook, just to tell you the truth about it, because he was jumping up and down and in and out and everything else. And I finally got down in the bottom of the boat and got the dip net, and then he come by and I swooped him up. So, had it, you've seen the film of it there, and I put him right back in the water, and hopefully it's going to grow for another pound or two. But it was a nice fish, sure was. All righty. If you're watching and you want to call in and ask me something or whatever, I guess that's that 1086 number, isn't it, Chandler? Yeah, 1086, and we'll get you lined up here if you need to call us. We'd appreciate it. Other than that, we're going to go right back to watching some film. I've still got some fish to catch. All right. Here we go. There you go. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. All right. Thank you, David, for bringing that to our attention, and I know you do that a lot, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. Thank you for sponsoring the show for us, and this, that, and the other. The thing I don't want you to do, David, is get out there and catch a lot of fish. I got to watch you close. You had a good trip there a couple of weeks ago. I know I done heard about that, and So anyway, we love you, brother, and just keep things rolling. So anyway, Chandler, there should be some more film on that thing. If you want to bring it on, that's fine and dandy. All right, keep talking. I can do that. A lot of them claims I can. I don't really think so, but I'm just kidding. But we do have a good turnout, and like I said, we're looking for this. Well, we had one last year about this time of year, and had a pretty good turnout and all that kind of stuff. So they may holler any day to say, "Hey, let's get us another tournament going," and go from there. Because they do a good job of getting it in. We had a bang up tournament there back in the spring, late spring there. I mean, shoot, we had a big crowd, and it was a real good thing. Had food to eat, after you fished. You had hamburgers and hot dogs there waiting on you and all that kind of stuff. They do it upright. They really do. They do a good job at it, and thank David Ray for getting his pastor down there with us, and that worked out really well also. So anyway, we're just going to keep on plugging on, and it's talk to everybody you talk to, all this electronic business, or depth finders and fish locators, whatever you want to call it, is really taking over the fishing industry, really, just tell you the truth about it. You got these pros coming in here, and like at Dale Holler there back in the spring, heck, they what's his name had 140 some pounds of fish he caught in 3 days, and it just kept just keeps building, and then it's all about just electronics. And if you don't have them like myself, then you're just getting farther behind. So I was hoping my wife would surprise me there and say, so I got your fish finder for you. Yeah, she didn't do it. So I'm going to stay after her. Maybe she'll give me the opportunity to get that unit and get that thing hooked up. So, but it's all you fishermen that fish, and you guys know, this electronics business is just out of this world, and Mike's got one on his boat, and but he's this sickness that he's had here the last couple of weeks has changed things up quite a bit, but they want you to clear up all that stuff that doesn't need to be on the screen, but most of the whole lot of people have got those units, and they take real good care of them and that kind of thing, and it just shows you where they're at. I mean, basically, you're going down the bank there, and all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 fish popped up on the bottom of the screen, and get your bait in there because they're going to hit it, that kind of thing. So it's really changed fishing a whole lot. I mean, it just made a lot of changes, and it changed everything. They're going right to where the fish are at, and it's unreal of what they're after, and so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out here in the next little bit, and because I was always used to hunt and find, and with all that stuff. And then at that time, 20 years ago, I thought I had as good as electronics as you could get, and it's just kept, getting more and more and more and better, and it's hard not to catch fish when you're looking at them, and not, I probably say hard to catch them, but anyway, when you're after them with that electronics, it's you're throwing right there where they're at. That's the bottom line. If they're 20 yards, 30 yards out there in front of you, if you get your bait down there where they're at, and you got your electronics on, and more than likely you're going to get a bite. So that sure makes a difference. And who knows what they're going to come up with next? You may be able to stay at home and catch them, as far as I know. But I like being out there catching them. In fishing aspect of it, yeah, it's a good thing. But they catch a lot of fish with that electronics that I wouldn't know where to start at. So, but a lot of guys have got that stuff, and I'm hoping Mike will get able here in the next week or so, and he can get on the water and get his unit fixed up like it ought to be. And he keeps saying it needs the trash took off of it. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, all this stuff that's on this screen here that don't need to be there. He said, when they get that cleared off, then we don't have that interference, and we can be more exactly right on where the fish are at, rather than 20 yards over there somewhere else. So I hope he hurries up and gets that fixed. I'd like to see what it's going to do. But till he gets feeling better, we'll just do what we got to do, and then when he gets feeling better, maybe we can get it out there and get that thing cleared up and get it where it's workable like it's supposed to be. Anyway, hoping that somebody'd call in. What about it, Jeff Parrott? Let's see if he calls us, Chandler. Well, I was hoping he was sitting right there with his finger on the button. And Jeff's got some pretty good electronics on his boat, for sure. And well, I was hoping we'd get a phone call. All right, Chandler, you got any more film? Oh, okay, that's it. Just let me know when you get some. We'll make some changes. So sounds good. Let's see. There was a couple other things I wanted to bring up. Which Mike, he's in the wintertime, he's all over the crappie fishing. I mean, he twice this past winter I went down there with him, and 15, 18, 22 crappie at a time, stuff like that. And heck, he's catching them out there in 40, 44 foot of water. I thought which I knew about that place down there where he was at, and but he just fell in there and just click, 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 So, all right, which one you want me to light up? Top left. Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve. Jeff Parrott here. How are you, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing fine. Doing real good now that you called in.
I'm sitting here enjoying it. I couldn't find my phone, Steve. I kept fumbling around here because I was into watching you catch all those big fish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're harder to come by, Jeff. I can tell you that.
I tell you what, you've got some good ones, especially down there. That big one down there on the Emery, I'd like to have that in a tournament.
Shoot, I reckon, man. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it wasn't nothing but just a hog, and that thing.
Yeah, you said it was about 4 foot deep. What was you throwing, spinner bait or what?
Yeah, I just jumped in the boat there and throwed the trolling motor down, and I seen that millful right in the back of that little old pocket there at the boat ramp. Well, I stepped down there and pulled out a reel and rod, had that one of those chatterbaits on it, and I seen the Minnows bull there right off the edge of that millful. I just drove back and threw that thing. I wasn't expecting nothing like that. Son of a gun, buddy. It was like hooking to a freight train. That thing was all over the place on me. And,
yeah.
And
I think it was every bit of 8 pounds. I know you was talking about your scales there. That was a big fish, Steve.
It was. It was a big fish. And you know, but I definitely wasn't going to keep it. But I just, oh man, you know, I didn't think I was going to get it in.
Way. I like to catch them, but I certainly like to release them too. And
yeah.
Let somebody else have the thrill of catching that same fish.
No kidding. And that's the biggest one I've caught in quite a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you guys done good up on Norris. Those were some really good-looking, healthy smallmouth.
Yeah, you're right. We did have some, Jeff, without a doubt, and it, you know, I looked at those fish up there on Norris, and it's like they're the size of those smaller fish. It's like they're long and slim. And then you get one that's 3 pound, 4 pound, or a little better. Then you know they're like the old river smallmouth, the chunks, you know. And,
they have those big old fins on the back of them. They can really stretch that line out for you.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But it just like I said, it seemed like that the smaller fish was more elongated than the chunk fish are. If they take a 4 pounder, you know, he's 4 pounds, and
that's good.
That's good. That's exactly right.
How about the water temperature? Is it cooling down a little bit now, Steve, with these cooler nights? What's the water temperature on Norris these days?
Yeah, let's see. It was 76 degrees on down at Emery there the other day when I was down there, and then I haven't been to Norris in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I just kind of give up on it for this time, you know. And really and truly, right now is a good time to be out there, especially this moon coming up.
That's about right. Then I was on Fort Loudon fishing. Let's see, I believe it was Tuesday. I went out there, and it was 76 degrees on the surface. So that's probably about the same up there around Norris then. Yeah,
that's about what I'd figure too. It being in the lower 70s, in that neighborhood, I wouldn't think it'd be back up to that 76, 78 degree stuff. You know, but it ought to be good, really and truly.
Yeah. That's well. It's going to get better. I mean, I know. A couple of months ago, I talked to you, and you and Steve were asking me, "So, where can we find some fish at?" But it sounds like you found them now.
Yeah. And the being for that stuff on Watch Bar was all them little shallow places. I mean, it's Millful City, and you know, they's rat. Tracks all through that millful, you know, where these guys have been fishing, and you don't blame them. I mean, heck, if you get in that stuff as thick as it is, you'd have to pick your trolling motor up to get back out of it. So,
are any of you guys using topwater frogs to fish the tops of those pads and that millful this time of year?
I got a frog rigged up and that dang chatterbait, 2 of them rigged up, and a spinnerbait. And that's another thing. I caught a good 4.5, 5 pounder the other 2 days ago. I think that's right. And or Saturday, and I was in the back of the pocket, meal full on both sides of me, and them minnows, the fish got to breaking in them minnows and stuff, and I caught 7 bass and had that one that was almost 5 pounds or real close to 5 pounds, I would thought. I didn't weigh it, just got it back in the water, and every one of them little old schools of minnows had a couple of bass running through them, you know. And so it didn't take me but a little while to get 7 of them in the boat, and I said, I'm going to the house.
That's some good fishing. I always like it. It's a lot of excitement to throw that frog out there. And to sit there on top and twitch it a little bit and bring it over until that water clears up, and that fish will watch it, and he'll reach up there and get it.
Yeah.
And I let him have it for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then I set the hook.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I was going to comment a little bit there. I know y'all were talking about the electronics, and I do have a few things on my boat. However, I don't. I'm like you, Steve. I don't have a forward-facing sonar yet. I keep asking Santa Claus, to find me one under that tree, but maybe this year he will.
Right.
But I think you just almost, if you're going to be competitive anymore, it seems like you really need that. Although, people like you and I that are old school, we sort of fish by techniques, and we use our skills that we've accomplished over the years to fish without the forward-facing sonar. So that kind of works out. I guess we still catch a few fish. I was watching a pro. He made comment. I think it was Gerald Swindle. They call him the G-Man. He says, if you ain't scoping, you're just out there hoping. and at the end of the day, he said, if you ain't got a Garmin, you'll be needing some Charmin to cry on.
Yeah, well, that's true, and I can relate to where he's coming from, and but everything changes. I mean, so yeah, you and I are going to have to get together and see what we got to do to gather up enough pop bottles to get us a forward-facing sonar.
I know it. We'll have to do that, Steve.
Yeah.
We'll have to. We're certainly going to have to go fishing again. I think both of our yards and our lawn and our fields of grass here slowed down, and I know I do a lot of yard work out here, and it's slowing down. But we'll get out there and get on them. Yeah. And you just give me a call, and I'll help you out. And also, I'd like to wish Mike the best. Hope he gets to feel a little bit better. I sure like watching him catch those crappie.
Yeah, he's dead set on that, and it can be 20 degrees, and I'll call him and I'll say, Cricket, where's Mike? Well, he's gone. I said, what? 20-degree weather? Well, he left here just right after daylight. And I said, well, okay, hopefully it'll warm up some, and he can get on the water. But,
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you had a good mess in that video you just showed. That looked like a real good mess.
It did.
That was all right.
It shocked me when I seen them all gathered up in there. It sure did.
Yeah, that's a good cooler full.
Yeah, boy.
Steve, it's a pleasure watching you again, and I'm glad you called me to remind me earlier today. I was going to watch you anyway. I always try to tune in and watch you guys on the last Tuesday of every month, and keep up the good work. And I think I'll go ahead and hang up and watch the rest of the show. You've got about 10 minutes or so, and let some other callers call in. Thank you so much for what you do, and I'd like to say hello there to my cousin David Ray out there at the Union Hall. He's a fine fella and a good fisherman as well.
Yeah, but I'm never going to tell him that. He is a good Angie. Yeah, he is a good one, and I really love him to death, and he does a good job over there where he's at, man.
He does. He's a good one. I think I've talked to him a time or two. David and I are kinfolk, and his mother and my grandmother were sisters, so that's how we're related.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys have a great rest of the show, and I'll stay tuned in and give me a call sometime, Steve, and let's go fishing together.
All right, buddy. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, have a good one. Good night, Steve.
All right, buddy. You too. All right. It's good to get Jeff on the line there and get that in there with David Ray, and he is a one fine gentleman and does us a real good service over there at the Union Hall. So anyway, it's kind of funky. Sherry put me on the. I went to Norris and come back and fished, up to about 2 o'clock that morning, and hadn't caught but 2 or 3 little old fish. And I said, to myself, and I had Mike with me, and he was laying over there snoring, and as we was driving home, and I turned up his road in front of his house there and let him get out, so anyway, Sherry said, like the next morning when I woke up and got, back in the living world, she said, well, why don't you go back? So you don't ever go to Watch Bar anymore? I said, well, I'll tell you what then, don't be bothering me, and I'll be down there in the morning and we'll see. Well, that was the morning I caught that big one, and them other 5 or 6 that I caught there on that chatterbait. I had a blow up on a frog, but it wasn't one of them deals where you should have, I should have got him. No, I jerked it in too quick, and anyway, so went back to the chatterbait and caught 4 or 5 fish and got ready to come home, and that was the end of it. And I haven't been back to North since, but I've been down to Watch Bar 5 or 6 times, I go a couple of days a week and that kind of thing until she hollers at me. But anyway, that was the gist of that. I really, what Wendell said to Jeff or to them other guys is exactly right. If you don't have it, you can catch some fish, but you're not going to catch the fish that you want to catch. Back in, let's see, what was March? That's when they had the fish off at Dale Holla, and they, what's his name was 140 some pounds he caught in 3 days, and not counting all the ones that he tossed back, trying to keep up with the big ones, and so the electronics is, if you're going to compete, you'll have to have it, and it's just that's pretty much it's that way, and myself, I'm old school, heck. My dad, he was a heck of a fisherman, and he and Bill Nichols and 4 or 5 more of them other guys, had the Atomic Bass Club over here at that time, and Coach Ronnie Brown was a member at Baxter Underwood. Just the whole gang of those older guys, they knew, electronics wasn't really a big thing. They just fished out of the back of their pocket, and then things, got more and more interesting, and you had the fish locators and all this kind of stuff, but you can see where you're at right now, and that's and I realize, if I'm going to stay at it, good Lord willing, I'm going to have to get me some electronics myself. So I was hoping the price would go down, but I hadn't been that lucky yet. So we'll see. We'll see how things turn out here, and what we can do about getting some. You're going to have it. Bottom line, if you're going to compete, if you're just down there fishing like myself, my electronics is there on the dash, and I got an older one up on the front right there. So I realize I'm gonna, if I'm gonna get into it or stay into it, other than just whenever I get to go fishing, you're gonna have to have electronics. That's what these guys is after, and they're fishing. They're fishing these things of a night up there on Norris. I don't know if they are on Watts Bar and these other lakes down below, but I do know they have a tournament up there. I don't know, is it on Monday? I think it is on Monday night. They have a tournament there, and they're fishing, for them dang bass, and they got the electronics to go along with it. So that's a big thing, without no question about it. So anyway, Chandler, you got any film left? All right, put it on there, would you?
I was filming. Yeah. Good fish.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're getting back in the water.
We'll get his pictures here in a minute.
Okay, Mike, got it right now.
Got it right now. Yeah, there's a good little smallmouth.
Sure is.
All right.
Whoa.
We'll be back in the water there before it gets too crazy.
What in the world is that fishing? Yeah, he's got it way down in there. But I don't know. Got to get something else a hold of it. Trying to push it down, but it ain't.
Yeah, throw it back out there in the water.
Why?
Right, if you throw it.
I don't believe you will.
All right, got him going now. You got him on there. Small one. A little bit of rough night, this wind and stuff. All this cloud cover. No moon whatsoever. You ain't been able to see the stars. Yeah. You gotta throw him back in the water and let him throw it. There you went. You got him in. Crazy thing. Out of the dip net there enough to get him back in the water. He's gone now. All right, that was filming.
Yep.
Nice smallmouth there. Real nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fat too. Look at how fat that belly's getting.
Yeah.
Eating good. Looks like you got anything down in him.
No.
Back water. All right, then we're filming.
Nice smallmouth right there.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.